What do you mean when you say copy paste hand dial? What does that mean? I only do cell phone too, but what do you copy paste? What is that?
So like on the Mac,
like from Sheets or?
Yes, yeah, from Google Sheets. So I just click the cell, hit Command C, and then you just paste it on your phone. Like I'll give a free lead away.
So you have the sheet up on Mac, which I have too.
Yes, and then like on your phone, you just click right there. Bullshit. Hit paste and it goes right in there. Instead of so like
you copy on the Mac and it knows to paste on the iPhone.
Correct. Yeah.
Dude, I'm over here I'm 49 now, dude. I'm putting it up to Zoom 150 view. I'm formatting the numbers so it comes out right because I'm like squinting trying to see the numbers and hand out and type them wrong all the time.
Yeah.
That's money. Appreciate you getting on. Welcome to our podcast, bro. I've seen you doing some cool things, selling a bunch of insurance, and found out you're somewhere in our group in depth. You work in Ronnie's group, yeah?
I work in Mahmoud's group.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Mahmoud's group. Dope. Even better. He's a G.
He is. He's the best. He's super selfless, works really hard. I'm grateful for him.
Yeah, that's good shit. Well, I love it. You've been doing this for a minute? I
started, I passed my exam and everything with February of last year. So just right over a year. Yeah.
Okay.
First policy in my name was I think hit March 1st of last year.
You hit Hall of Fame first year?
I did. Yeah.
Good for you. No shit. Sales background?
My best. Yeah, I did door-to-door sales for a while. So I came from solar. I started doing alarms when I was in college and then did that for 2 summers and then did solar for a little over 4 years since college. So I've only done sales. Yeah.
No shit. So you know how to talk to people.
Somewhat, I guess. Yeah. I mean, definitely I don't feel like I'm, anything crazy at sales. It's just hard work and confidence. I mean, you know how that is, but yeah.
That's what everyone says, bro. It's crazy. That rings true no matter what. And they definitely teach you how to work hard in that door-to-door shit. The summer deals.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a grind. I mean, it's, they're out there for when you're doing it between semesters of college, it's 12 weeks in a row, basically. 6 days a week, 7 sometimes a week if you want to, grind extra. But yeah, I mean, it's 10, 12 hours a day. You're dropped off in a neighborhood and in the South in the summer. So it's hot. And you just walk around, hit 10 miles a day and pitch your wares.
Do you go by yourself and y'all spread out? Or is it y'all go in fucking packs?
No, you go by yourself. You'll have a car group, right? And 4 or 5 people in the car.
And you'll just spread.
They just drop you off in neighborhoods. Yeah. I didn't really know what was going on because I was still so new into sales. So I wasn't car group manager or a leader or anything like that. But my last 3 years when I was in solar, I was, picking the areas where people went and dropping people off, drawing the neighborhoods, booking the Airbnbs. Yeah. I was managing a team in solar. So.
Oh, no way. Got it.
Mm-hmm. It's a crazy industry. It does. I mean, I, specifically try to recruit people from door to door just because I did it for a long time and so I can speak to their pain. And then also, I mean, it makes for hard workers and it makes for really good salespeople.
What's the pain side of it?
Traveling. Companies tend to screw reps over as well with pay and whatnot. Yeah, because it's not you don't have Mutual of Omaha and Transamerica paying you. You have these smaller mom and pop companies and yeah, exactly. And just crappy managers and there's back ends and you just never get as much as you expect to get, that sort of stuff. So
how do those deals work? Because you're not working for the actual company, say ADT or something, right? It's a dude who has a contract to sell their shit. Basically, it's kind of like a broker, kind of. Is that how that
kind
works?
of? Yeah. With a lot of alarm companies, it is. With Vivint, which one I worked for, the orange security sign.
Yeah.
They're pretty big. They you kind of work directly for Vivint, but even then, you technically work for Smart Home Pros, which is a subsidiary of them. Because because Vivint's public, they don't like the liability if their door-to-door guys are being jerks on the doors or whatever. But yeah, a lot of alarm dealers are dealers of ADT, where it's
I've seen that authorized reseller of
authorized
whatever.
Dealers. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's how a lot of it works.
Crazy. Can anyone just go do that? Be one of those?
I think so. I mean, I think you have to float some capital probably to buy equipment or stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you see them in the little plazas where it'll look like it's a cell phone store, but it's really just what is it? The satellite TV places and shit like that. And it's those resellers.
Yeah. The phone companies do it too.
Interesting. Craziness. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I was grateful I started there. Really good experience. And like, it makes you tough. You get, numb to rejection. So coming into phone sales or telesales, like it was, kind of smooth.
So you battle all the non-soliciting signs all day long, I guess.
Oh, I loved hitting those. Those are my favorite.
Yeah. Tell me. I want to know more. Really?
I just feel like they didn't get hit as often, So
oh yeah.
Yeah. So like a lot of times, especially because I sold solar in California, which was a really dense market, really saturated, but it's also the best. It's saturated because it's the best place to sell solar there. And a lot of people, like, they get hit every week, every month. And the people that had no soliciting sides wouldn't get hit as often sometimes.
The week gate, they just skip them.
Right. Yeah. And sometimes I would get deals from there just because I think they would respect, especially with guys, male homeowners, they would almost respect you more because you didn't care about it. And there's like fine lines. Like if they have like no trespassing signs, no soliciting, they're like multiple signs. Like sometimes people would even have notes up on their door. Like, if you knock on this door for solar, I'm going to call the cops. And like, obviously I'm not going to hit those doors.
I like the ones with the gun signs.
Yeah.
I used to go door to door in insurance stuff. So I did a lot of door knocking and same, they put the little picture with the gun, right. Enter at risk or whatever. Yeah. I love door knocking those. Like they were fun.
Yeah. Those were good people for sure. Yeah, they were always really nice and straightforward, but they don't let you waste your time, which I liked.
That's cool. How the hell? So are you? I'm going to sidetrack because again, I don't really have a plan here. I just like to talk to people. Are you in Atlanta, or were you in Atlanta? What's your relation to Atlanta?
I'm in Atlanta now.
You live here?
I do. Yeah.
Where?
Well, I'll be living in Midtown. So I lived in Venice Beach, California, the last 2 years or so. And I'm from Georgia though, but I moved to Venice and I literally drove across the country, moved back about 8 or 9 days ago. I got back. So
no shit.
Right now I'm up at my fiance's parents' house up in Swanee. Yeah. So, but we'll be living in Midtown or Virginia Highlands, that area. That's where we lived beforehand when we moved. But yeah, we're moving back there. Yeah.
I'm physically in Kennesaw right now.
Okay.
That's where my office is. My house is in Marietta.
Gotcha. Very nice. Yeah. I'm from Savannah, Georgia originally. I went to high school down there, college at Georgia Southern. So I don't know Atlanta as well as I should, but I will.
Yeah. You know Marietta or no?
Yeah. I mean, it's Gwinnett County, right? Like it's just kind of
other way.
Oh, never mind. No,
Cobb County.
Know. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're in Atlanta, we're like up to the left.
Okay.
Yep. It's the big city in the burbs.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's the suburbs version of a big city, and it's not really a big city.
Right. Oh, there's so many different towns north of Atlanta.
It's not far from you. 15 miles. I mean, we're right up the street. Yeah, it's just past like the Brave Stadium and stuff. We're on that side of the.
Got it. Okay. Yep. That's Vinings. Yep.
Yep. Just a little further north. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Swanee's a lot of traffic away from us.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hike. Well, cool. I dig it. I'm sure at some point we do events and stuff at the office. So I'm sure at one point maybe you'll swing by. Who knows? Dig it. So I guess tell me a little bit about getting started. How'd you get started here? Like, did you know Mahmoud, or was it an ad, or how'd you get in the group?
So a guy that kind of works with me now that was working with me at Solar had been talking to Mahmoud on Instagram for a while. And I think kind of almost trying to recruit each other, but he'd been following Mahmoud for a long time. His name's Mo. And he got in touch with Mahmoud, and then eventually me and Mahmoud got on a call, and I got on a call with somebody else from Ronnie's agency at one point whenever they were working a little bit more closer together still. And and to basically just social media.
That dude,
I guess you could say.
Here too, Mo?
Yeah.
Do you have an office here in Atlanta?
Not yet, no. But we're hoping to get one before.
Is he from Atlanta?
He is, yeah.
I've talked to a solar guy from Atlanta, had a big team in solar, and I swear his name is Mo before.
It probably is, yeah. Because he was my, I guess, regional manager, you would say. So he had I had a team, and he had like 2 other teams, and he was
I had a gang of them. Yeah, I've talked to that dude a couple times. Yeah. Nice guy. I mean,
he's one of my best friends.
Yeah, he's cool as shit. You have to ask him if it's him that we've talked. I'm almost positive it's him.
Okay.
There's not a lot of Mo's from Atlanta from solar, so I'm almost positive that would be the dude. It was probably a year or so ago. Yeah. Him and I spoke. I think we met at an event, possibly even at some point. I feel like I've met him in person once too. Seemed like a super nice guy.
Yeah. He taught me a lot about, we've been working together for a long time, me and him. So
that's cool. I love it. So what was getting into insurance? I mean, did you start killing it right away? I mean, you hit Hall of Fame. You didn't take long to figure it out, but Was it easy coming in, or what was the hardest, stumbling, or what was it like?
I mean, I did pretty well, like with
Did
personal
you?
sales right off the bat. Not gonna lie about that. I sold a couple policies my first day, but it was, I still like, the first 3, 4 months, and I still listen to training videos almost every single morning, right? Whether I'm at the gym or I'm walking my dog before I start dialing. But like those first 90 days, especially, I was like, all right, brand new industry, even though I have sales experience, like I'm going to be just a sponge, learn as much as I can, soak up everything, get advice from everybody, and listen to, so like I would, listen to an hour-long training video from somebody in the playbook or in the blueprint or in one of your videos or whatever, for the first like kind of hour of the day while I'm waking up or working out. And I would dial for 10 to 12 hours a day and then do it all over again. And I mean, I still do that, but yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of like, because all the same skills apply from door to door. It's just learning how to talk to people, overcoming objections, staying positive, being confident. The only thing is really with phone sales, I feel like there's even less to focus on, because you just got to focus on your mindset and the words you're saying and your tonality. There's no body language. You don't have to like lean up against the door a certain way. You're not making eye contact. You honestly don't even have to think as quickly, because in a face-to-face conversation, you have to be like pretty sharp. You have to respond pretty quickly, and you can't just like take 2 seconds to process and then respond. But in phone sales, you almost can, or you can almost like look for the part of the script you're looking for. Like, you can have a script, and people sell policies their first day because they read off a script, that doesn't happen in personal sales or face-to-face.
You stumble all over yourself if you're trying to look at a piece of paper or you talk to someone.
Right. Yeah. And you just you would look like an idiot. And I mean, you have to have the whole pitch memorized for door to door. Right. And life insurance, like I think Mahmood gave me the script like a day or two before I made my first dial. And I definitely didn't have the whole thing memorized, but you just kind of have the 2 screens up and you just read and talk, So I mean, I thought it was a pretty smooth transition sales wise, like as far as learning how to manage a team virtually. That's kind of I've definitely messed up and struggled there, but yeah.
I still mess up on managing a team, bro. That's a hell of a puzzle. It is a hell of a puzzle. What has anything been difficult about our space for you?
Learning to, I mean, personal sales, like, I definitely in the beginning wasn't solidifying my sales as well as I should have been. And I have pretty good persistency now, but it's like in the very beginning, like I definitely messed up not solidifying the sales as well as I should have, and was just trying to get to the next call as quickly as possible, and probably had some chargebacks because of that. So I would say that's one. Learning to, like I had never come from an industry where I didn't have to invest in like the business really. But I understood that, investing in leads, I never was like, but I didn't scale my lead flow up as fast as I should have. Like I think I started at 1,200, then 15 a week, then 2,000. And then I just really wish I would have done 2,000 a lot earlier, because every time I've increased my lead spend, I've increased my income as well. And then like things like virtual assistants now to help manage your book of business. Like I wish I would have done that way sooner.
Okay.
Yeah, just stuff like that. I'd say like, yeah, that's probably the biggest thing I messed up on in the beginning, was just not like, my mindset was all in, but like I was like scared to let the shekels go from the bank account for whatever reason.
Yeah, a lot of people are. If you're in the insurance space and trying to build an agency, or you're trying to like break records in sales, just hit new levels, new heights, click the link below to apply to my consulting and coaching program that I have out there. I'm helping tons of people get to new levels, get to new income heights, help them build their teams, put systems in place, staffing stuff, recruiting processes, automations, and just teaching people how to get to a point where they're selling on their own pen, 30, 40, 50 grand a month. And if they're building a team, teaching how to have an effective structure to your insurance agency for the most profitability you can. There is an application process. I'm only looking to work with like high-end people who really want to make big things happen. If you're interested, click the link, apply, and if you're a fit, I'll reach out. What's the kind of, I don't know how you worded it, but kind of locking down, securing a sale? What does that look like for you now? What are the things you try to do that helps?
So it's like once the application's fully submitted, I used to just like, I sent him a screenshot of the application with a little congratulatory text with a policy number and all that. But now I do that, but then I also like, I'm very specific about making sure they save my number in their phone as, Joseph Insurance. And I'll always make the joke like, hey, Mr. Bob, you may forget my name in 6 months or a year, and I won't be offended if you do. I think I'll remember you, but if you forget my name, I won't be offended. However, if you ever need anything, you ever have any questions, you ever want to add covers in the future, you ever have a referral or anything's messed up, or you just need to chat, I want you to be able to find my contact. So please go ahead right now and save my number in your phone as Joseph Insurance, or just Insurance Man, or whatever you want to save it as. That way, if you do ever forget my name in the future, sir, you can just type the word insurance in your phone and you can find my contact. Have them write down the policy number, have them write down the monthly premium, the face value, the reoccurring billing date, kind of have them like read that back to me. And then just letting them know like, hey, at this point you're fully approved and submitted. No one else, because obviously I'm selling simplified issue mostly, immediate approval. So it's like nobody will ever contact you regarding this. If there's not a call coming from me or from the carrier, really, Mr. Bob, if they can't give you the policy number that I just had you write down, that's going to be on the packet, then they don't know what they're talking about. So don't give out any personal information over the phone. And just like sitting there and just like asking if they have any other questions after all that, and really just like over communicating, making sure they know exactly what's going on and they have everything written down, as well as in their text message, as well as they're going to get a packet in the mail usually, depending on the carrier. But
yeah, cool. How much of it you keeping on? You said your persistency is pretty good now. Do you know what you keep up? Like, what are you keeping on the books now?
Yeah. So this is a good question for you. So, cause I'm, a year in, but that you get those monthly email reports.
Yeah.
So is that your persistency, like 12-month persistency on there?
Carrier to carrier, it's different how they show it.
So mine on there says bonusable premium.
Oh, you're talking about from corporate.
Correct.
Yes, that is. Yep.
Then I'm at around 90. So
dope. The bonus you get, the monthly producer bonus email.
Correct. Yes.
That is your persistency in there. Yes.
Okay.
That's across the board. So they look at all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my bonusable last month said 95, non-bonusable 87. So, but I sell mostly Americo and, the bigger ones. So probably about 90 overall persistency.
Good. Hell yeah. Not wrong with that.
Yeah. So, I've seen it as low as like 82 at one point, and then now it's back at 90. So
I love it. It's good stuff. You said you do virtual assistants for stuff. Mm-hmm. What are you doing there?
I just started like a month ago, or probably about a month and a half ago. I have one that does recruiting DMs. So she sends out like 40 to 50 direct messages to people in door-to-door specifically. That's who I tell them to target. Just like, hey, I see you doing your thing in sales, or hey, I was in door-to-door sales myself. How long you been doing it? Just send like 50 cold DMs a day, get like 4 or 5 responses, maybe convert, one of those to an interview. And then one for the book of business, which I've talked to other people that use this one, and it really seems like I got lucky with mine. But he does a great job. I'm sure his real name is not Bob, but it's Bob. And
Bob from the Philippines.
Bob from the Philippines. Where is he from?
Or Pakistan? Oh,
yeah, the Philippines. Got it. Yeah. And he saves, I'd say, probably like 1 policy a week from lapsing at the minimum, and he'll connect me with old policies that had canceled that I've been able to resell. And just give me an update on like, hey, this just sends me like, goes through all my active policies. And I told him like, hey, just focus on the ones that are potentially lapsing or insufficient funds, or I don't need to know like this person made their premium payment this month, just focus on the problems. And it's been great.
Logging in, like logging into your carriers to watch your book.
Yep. So I gave him all my
manage your email and stuff too.
I gave him email access, carrier login access, everything. So I changed all my carrier portal. I didn't want to give like the same password I use for my Bank of America, but I changed all my passwords for my email, my carriers. Yeah. And they have all that. And then my ringing login, so we can call clients, say, even if it saves you an hour here and there, like, hey, call.
Dude, it's a lot of work, bro.
Yeah. Call this carrier, fix this, so they'll do that for you. Just
calling carriers and everything for you.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. Hell yeah. Dealing with all the whatever, merge a client in and get their bank number changed and all the things.
Exactly.
Or the typos you fucked up. Like if you're like me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mess. I'm like, I spell a beneficiary's name wrong, or I'm like, oh my God, I did it again. I apologize to my staff all the time. So that's good. I love it. All right. I'm trying to think. You mentioned something else that caught my attention. I don't know if I'm gonna remember it or not now. Do you just have the one? Oh, you have 2, because one's doing DMs, one's doing that stuff. That's dope. Okay.
And with the social media, just like the posting, I haven't really had a ton of like success or stellar onboards yet from that, but like it's just one of those things where I know over time it'll work itself out. So
yeah. Are you doing the rest? They just send the initial and then you respond if they're worth a shit.
yeah, typically.
Yeah. We always did all that. We would do. I used to do 100 a day on LinkedIn. Same concept, and you get 4 or 5 responses a day and one decent conversation. But it's like what I've learned on that to give you maybe some hope to keep doing it. Is it's not like an instant like gratification kind of thing. But when you do that, the one thing I do know is they check your profile. So if your social has good stuff on it, you know what I mean, that kind of shows what you're doing and you're making money and having success and teaching other people how to make money. Even more importantly, these fuckers will be watching you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I've seen the most success from the cold DM angle 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 24 months down the road.
Right.
That people just hit me up and they're like, bro, I've been watching you. You're killing it now. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you're going slow, but 2 years from now, your team volume, if you keep doing it, it's going to be here to here, whatever that is. I promise you they'll notice. And they'll be like, damn, I should have answered that bastard a year ago. You know, and we have some big groups that are still with us today that started from a cold DM, me just going, yo, see you're in the business. I help people do 400K a year. You open a conversation, you know, and this one dude that's in Zach's group, a big team in that group came from a cold DM in Ohio, and he ended up recruiting a whole slew of people from another competitor company. And Zach hired a dude. I just sent him when he came in. Zach hired the dude, and the guy never really did a lot, but the guy he brought did, and he recruited a whole team. They do a shitload of volume still. So it comes. I mean, again, not a lot of success stories, but we've had a lot of volume out of it over the years. You know,
right.
It increases your engagement on social and stuff like that. As you start continuing to do it more, you build your following. You know,
right? Yeah.
So, head down, keep at it, bro. It'll
Wiley's done a really good job with us of that. They do like a quarterly call in the All-Star group or whatever with people who are selling 30K plus. I think he called it the Diamond Club, and basically it's just like, hey, you want to be on this weekly call? Like you have to do these tasks, right? And if it wasn't for that, I probably would have never started posting the reels. And I want to get to where I'm doing one a day, but I don't make the time for it. I probably do 2 or 3 reels or post a week on my Instagram though. And it's been like 8 months now since I've been doing it, but really just the last 3 months, I've started getting way more traction with it, and people actually reaching out to me, or whether I've known them personally or not, and just like, hey, like I've seen you consistently doing this. So that stuff does take, like you said, like
it does. I mean, people aren't see any of the shit I have. I mean, you said you saw my videos. I don't know how I didn't send them to you. You know what I mean? Like they're just out there now. I've been doing it for like, I probably started the DMs in like 2015 or so. I didn't really start doing a very intentional social media stuff till probably started my YouTube in like 2017, 2018, you know, and then probably around 2019, it became like, I'm going to post every day on every platform. So it's kind of steady gone up, and now we get so much, it's obnoxious where it's gone. I had no idea where it was going to go. And it just all started from the same thing. Literally just cold DMs is where it all started. And then I learned they would all check my profile, and people were like, you got nothing out there. I'm like, oh, I should probably put something out there, because you do click on my profile and see nothing. So I remember sitting down and changing my profiles and editing them and putting stuff on them. So it's like when they go there, they'd see like the history and the volume and the awards and the shit you know what I mean? Like the shit I accomplished.
Right.
And that slowly turned into whatever it is I have today, you know, and I just continue to do it. So now I have a team. So that was kind of part of the other answer. If you can't do it at some point, you're making a jack. Hire someone to do that shit too.
Yeah, definitely will. That's the next thing probably is, I know a lot of guys in our group of All-Star and Blueprint, they'll have like a media day or 2 a month, whereas they just, spend all day, change outfits, make enough content for the whole month. And that's something I need to get better about doing, because I just kind of film them like after I'm done working at 8 p.m. at night or 9 p.m., or just on lunch break, just make a quick video when I have time. But I want to get to where I'm doing every single day, because everybody that has had success with it, they say that's what you have to do. Exactly. Yeah.
So I just record all my stuff. Like I don't really do, and I like Wiley and them are killing it. So I'm not saying don't do what they do works. Keep fucking doing it. I'm not good at sitting down and recording a content day either and changing. I'm not good there. So for me, I just record everything. So if I'm on the phone or this is recorded, calls are recorded, client calls are recorded, recruiting calls are recorded, trainings I do are recorded. Literally, I record everything I do. And I just give it to my guy. Well, now he just fucking logs in and he decides what to chop up and what to put out. It's that whole concept. If you know, I always give credit because that's where I stole it from, is like Gary Vee and this dude Bradley, if you know them both. They have the concept of, and I don't know if you can see that sign.
Document, don't cry. Is that what it said? Don't create.
Okay. So it's document your journey versus create social media versus create stuff. You know, they're like, why create it? I do this all day, every day. Why don't you just record what I do?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's fucking genius. I can do that.
Yeah.
So now basically it's just I document the journey instead of create social. I'm not good at like, all right, go 3, 2, 1, get in the parking lot and lean on your car and say this. I'm terrible at that shit.
Right.
So the document of it worked for me and it's easy to do because you're doing it all day long. Just hit record.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you got time to do the other stuff, or the mix is probably the best combo, to be honest.
Right. I mean, yeah. I bought a second phone off a friend to do that. I dial off my phone. So it's like, I can't use the
Zoom.
Yeah.
I just do Zoom, bro.
Zoom and record it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some people get a second phone and record it. You know what I mean? Like fine, which works, but I'm so simple. I just hit Zoom and hit record.
Gotcha.
And so it just records me all day. And so when I close the deal, I end the recording. So it makes a video there and I just hit record a new one. And then it starts, so we'll see the dials and the calls and the thing. And as soon as I close one, I hit end. So he knows the end is a deal.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I like that.
Yep. And then now you can use AI. Dude, I'm learning how to mess with AI. I send all the stuff to AI. We've been playing with this because it takes a long time to go through the content. That's his hard part, is like, I have a 5-hour video. He's like, what do I record? So now we take the transcript, we upload it into Claude, if you're familiar, right? So ChatGPT, same concept. So we upload it into Claude, and then I tell it to pull timestamps. So it'll give him the video date and the timestamp of where to pull stuff. So we're toying with that too, so he doesn't have to spend as much time kind of watching my videos, you know. Or I'll tell him, I'll be like, hey, in this one I said this was cool. Hey, this one I closed. Hey, this one was funny. I try to give him little tips if I can.
Yeah.
To help with the editing time. But that's the best thing I've ever done. Just hit record on Zoom, dude. And if you watch any of my content, that's all of it's that.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll steal that. The first thing I ever saw of you, which I think Mahmoud had sent it to me, was you're selling mortgage protection for older people.
That's everyone's first one, bro.
That's a good one though. Like it's, you know, you break it down well. And that one was more of one where you're talking to the camera, if I remember
that
correctly.
Was corporate. Yeah. That FFL had me record that. We flew up there and that was all right, sit down and record some content stuff.
Right. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, no, you're right. I have the iPad, which I'm doing the Zoom on right now. So there's no reason not to just leave it on recording and then stop it whenever you have a call, you know, and then just maybe even take the calls off the headset and leave them on speaker. That way you can have the client voice on there as well, you know?
Yeah. I do it on speaker. And then when I I got this little thing, it's like a little stand. And so when I get one that's, you know, I just dial on speaker. So it catches all that shit. But when I get one that like I'm presenting to, I just put it in this little stand and it sits on a stand right here. So it's not like I'm not having to pick it up, so I can type and talk, and it's fucking $8 on Amazon.
I have one of those already.
Yeah. Yep. And so it's been great. It makes it easy for him. It makes it easy for me. I don't have to fucking think. I don't have to dress up. I don't have to do shit. And I have unlimited content now. You know, it's just like, well, that works. So it's kind of lazy man's way to do it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's working.
No, I mean, it works. I mean, you want it to be good from what I've been told, right? Is like, you want it to be good at the same, but informative or funny or educational, but at the same time, just you never know what's going to go hit the algorithm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was one girl in our group who, can't remember what exactly the stats were on it, but she just made some kind of day in the life video that Wiley used as an example for us. I remember the story, and it was just like she had made the same video like 5 or 10 times before, and then just boom, it just hit the algorithm perfectly, and she got like 100 interviews or something like that off of it. You know, so you just never know. You got to put stuff out there.
It is. It's wild.
I was scared to put stuff out in general in the beginning. Like I had to be kind of convinced that, like, you know, nobody cares about you. Nobody's gonna.
They don't.
No, people. Yeah. And if they are judging you, they're usually not doing better than you, you know? So,
yeah. For those of you that have followed me for a while, you know I've helped build this agency up to over $200 million in paid annual premium per year. We have over 5,000 agents a year that sell, and I am rebuilding. We're building a new base shop, helping people build big agencies, get to multi 7 figures in income, or producers that want to just sell and get to a multi 6 figure sales career. Hit me up. I'm hiring direct. I'm looking to train and mentor winners that want to work their ass off and build something dope. Click on the link below, or you can go to johnwetmore.com/join and put in your application. We'll see if I'd be interested in working with you. DM me, hit me up, whatever you like. I've learned that it's weird. Like, I get assholes that comment, and I'm just like, why'd you waste the time? Because I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, sometimes I do want to respond. Sometimes I do, but very rarely do I even bother. But most of the following doesn't really engage a ton or message a lot or leave a lot of comments. But when I've learned over the years, when I do things like this or meet people in person or at events, dude, an ass ton of people get a lot of value out of it. You know what I mean? And they're watching and they're learning from it. So I'm like, you'll learn you're helping people you don't even know you're helping. If you enjoy that piece of it, that's the part I love. Yeah. You know, it's like I get, again, that mortgage, I remember making that. There was a prior version. The reason I did that with corporate is because there was a prior version that popped. And dude, I made it like with my hat on backwards, sitting on my back porch. Just honestly, I made it out of, because I was selling so much of it. I would get the question every fucking day. Dude, someone would call me new. How did you do? What do you say? What about when they say, I want all or nothing, or I'm too sick? Like, how do you, and I kept having to teach it and teach it and teach it and teach it. One day I'm like, fuck, I'm so tired of these phone calls. And I took my phone, I hit record, and I recorded what I do. And dude, the video like blew up. So then when corporate was working on, this was early. I mean, that was years ago. I was very young, much younger looking in that video. But they asked us to do it. So then we made a formal version. But the original one, it's out there somewhere. I don't know where it is, but that one fucking has that was the old OG one. And it was not pretty. It was not prepped. It was straight up out of me being tired of taking too many phone calls. So I just uploaded it and I put it on YouTube. And then I started realizing agents ask me the same questions all the time. Right. So as you're building, you start repeating yourself nonstop. Right. So then I was like, well, fuck, why don't I just make a video every time someone asks me something that I think is good? Why don't I just make a video on it? So then I would just do that. And so then when you ask a question, I'm like, hey, great question. Because I don't want to be a dick and be like, bro, I don't have 40 minutes to explain this shit. It's I can get really deep with it. I'm like, hey, actually, great question. Someone else asked me that last week. Hey, I'm going to send you a video on it. Watch the video. Send me 2 or 3 things you learned from it. And then call me after. If you have any questions, I'll clarify. And dude, nobody had any more questions after. And they started making more sales. And I'm like, this is fucking genius. So I started doing that with all the concepts, and that's what started what you see today. Yeah. Was just me being busy recruiting and not having the time to train everyone all the time. Yeah. So it just worked out, but yeah.
I try to do something like that where I have them unlisted, but I have like a YouTube video playlist that I give to my new agents where it's just like 10 videos, or I think it's 9 videos. It's like first one, I have to talk about the mindset. Second one, I go over like literally the mechanics of how to dial. Like, okay, this is how you have your tabs open. This is how you click and copy to paste to quickly dial to your phone. Like just the very basic stuff. And then one is like a role play, one, the introduction, the middle, the end of the script, like just, try to be like, all right, watch all these before you start dialing, then start listening to calls, then start dialing, So it's like you don't have to reteach everyone everything,
Yeah. That's how mine started, dude. One day I decided to list it instead of unlist it. You know what I mean? And then it just caught, and then other people started sharing it. And then, dude, it's by far the most common one that I get people that saw is the selling old people mortgage protection. It's like the one video I'm kind of like known for. And you know what I mean? It's just weird. And I remember doing it, and that was not the plan. It just kind of worked out that way. And I did sell a lot of it. I have a little trophy upstairs. I don't remember if it was 15 or 16, one of those 2 years. Those were the 2 years I was in the field and sold a lot. I was the #1 final expense producer at FFL, but I was only working mortgage leads that year. It was just selling the final expense product for the buying time with old folks. I loved those leads. Give me a 60, 70-year-old client with a mortgage. I just fell in love with that kind of lead. And it went from when I first started in the space, dude, I would see that mortgage protection lead, 72-year-old, $300,000 more. I wouldn't call it. I'd skip it. I'd be like, this sucks. They ain't gonna buy nothing. And I wouldn't even call it.
Right.
And then someone taught me how to start selling it a little bit, gave me some tips, and I started tweaking and playing with things. And I'm like, oh shit, there's something here. And it made me a lot of money.
Because there are so many guys like that, though, when you get those leads that they're like, they want the all or nothing, and you almost have to like kind of ask questions to tell a story of, what could happen if they don't have like the equity protection or whatever it is you want to call it. Right. Like, I like what you say in that video. I remember it well, where it's like, you would think that the longer you've had the house and the more equity you actually have in it, the bank would be more willing to work with you, when in reality, it's kind of the opposite. Because, what does the bank want more than anything? And they're always like, oh, well, they want money. And it's like, well, if they're able to foreclose on your house, you think they're going to have more or less money if your house is almost paid off, and it kind of drills it home. But and just selling on like the monthly payment, it's really smooth. Yeah.
Getting them to say they're going to move or downsize and shit like that first. It's like, well, what the fuck? You don't need everything. My boss would be fired up if I sold you a big one, but that shit, dude, the psychology of that was crazy. Because I struggled. I got that all or nothing objection all the time when I was new. I was like, what the hell? And then my version would be, I'm like, dude, Bob, you're sick as shit. You can't have it, bro. You had a heart attack. I can't get you term. That was my angle, and it never worked.
Yeah.
Finally, dude was like, bro, that's a really stupid angle. Maybe you should think about it a little better. And we started toying with some stuff and found what worked, man.
Yeah. I mean, I still struggle with it. Like, wouldn't say I'm an expert at that mortgage protection, but I know the basics, but they're good sales whenever you do get them. Of course, I've mostly sold final expense. Obviously like probably 5 to 10% IULs, but I'm looking to get into those more because everyone talks about them now, and got started with a new lead service recently. So we'll see, but
they do. Yeah. I'm still playing the final. I like the final expense world, dude. I'm a fan of it too.
I wouldn't stop it, especially because you need
it's too easy.
It is easy, and you need the lead flow for new agents, and it's duplicatable,
easy entry,
easy to start. Yep.
How many are you getting a week? What's your flow? 2K a week? Are you doing regular? Are you doing vets? Or are you doing mix? Or what do you do?
Right now, vets. I've bought some mix before, some normal final expense. Gotten some lead packs from free for some guys who have quit from like Kaboom, or I've gotten free integrity lead center leads before as well from like the production. But yeah, veteran final expense is the bread and butter for sure for the last year. Yeah.
How many you get a week?
I spend $2,000 a week, and it comes out between, I'd say, an average of like $6 to $7 a lead. So
really, no shit. You running your own ads, or you?
Mahmood is, yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah,
dope.
So
that's a hell of a price. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, that's definitely been a big reason for the success and that's kind of why
you're getting a shitload of leads a week.
Oh yeah. I'd say like on $2,000, you're getting like 100 a day almost, 80 a day. I'll typically just dial through mine, because at any one point I'll have 5 to 10 agents that aren't buying leads. So I'm typically just dialing through mine once, maybe twice, some of them, and then dropping them off. And then hopefully there's some more laydowns in there for somebody else too, So yeah, I barely even
volume game.
100%. Yeah. Like at this point I have, from the last year that I've been buying them, I probably have 22,000 final expense leads, just, I've given them out, of course.
Leads that well. That's an incredible price for vet leads. Holy shit. Because they ain't that cheap on the market. I promise you that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say you answer every call.
No,
like,
I mean,
yes,
shit,
I know
no
this is more insurance, right?
Clearly they're not with you, or you'd be selling 4 million a year with that many leads. I mean, you probably get a very small percentage pickup.
I sell about 5%.
Yeah.
1 in 20, 1 in 22. Maybe,
makes
something
sense.
like that. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Just dial game, call 100 to 150 a day.
The ROI is stupid.
Right.
What are you selling now? You hit 430 last year. What's this year looking like?
I mean, I think so. February, because February is just 4 weeks. So February just came out, right? Yeah. So I did 51 in February. I think I did 46 in January. Okay. I want to cross 500 or 600 and be cool. Yeah.
So 50K on 10K or on 8K. Yeah. Spending 8K roughly.
Issue paying 50 and
issuing 50.
Keeping around 90. I mean, I'd probably account for like, right now it's 90. Yeah. I'm hoping it stays that way.
You'll net 250 plus all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. Yeah.
I did last year.
Recruiting
side.
So
correct. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. What do you give some tips on vets, man? Sales stuff. What are some keywords, some word tracks? What's important to you? Let's go through that, the sales side.
For sure, for sure. I'd say, and this is, I don't remember exactly who I got this from, but for me, the biggest thing is obviously confidence, but that's with everything. But I like to speak super, super loud, especially in the introduction. I'm just like, I'm almost kind of yelling. And my girl, my fiance, she'll have to like remind me when I'm talking to somebody normal on the phone, like a friend, like, hey, you're yelling, you know? But I feel like it really just commands the authority and commands the attention with them. So like when I start the conversation, I'm like, hey, Bob. Yeah. Hey, Bob, this is Joseph. I was calling you here from the coverage and care for veterans. How you doing today, sir? And I'm almost like, you see myself getting worked up. But I'm like,
they are used to that.
Right. And it just kind of gets their attention. And
no shit. Okay.
I speak kind of loud to begin with, but not like I might have exaggerated it a little bit right there.
Yeah,
but
still.
Yeah. I'll yell, kind of speak really, really loud, especially introduction, almost like drill sergeant tonality in a way.
Yep.
And then as I get past the introduction, once I get those first couple of yeses, we just looking to I get right into it though, right? Like we're just looking, like a lot of veterans I help out here, just wanting to make sure that, those final expenses were covered so it didn't fall a burden on your loved ones. Yes, no. And then from there, just go down the route of like, okay, if they already have that taken care of, did you prepay through your funeral home or do you already have life insurance coverage in place? And depending on if they have prepaid, then it's just like about coverage for the leave money behind, mortgage, other debts. They already have coverage in place. I'm going to figure out how much. If they have a large amount of coverage, like 50K, 100K, I'll kind of spin the question like, hey, so you're probably like a lot of people that I work with where you wanted that 100,000 to be used for the house, the bills, that's legacy money. So with this request here, you're just looking to get something specifically for the burial, correct? So they don't have to use that for this. But just very assumptive questions in the beginning, I'm just like, okay, so it wasn't that. I'm almost like going to act confused, right? Like, oh, you had that taken care of? Okay. So then with this request here, you were probably just looking to do this. And if not that, then this.
Put it in a different bucket.
Yeah. And I just try everything I can think of until I'm like, well, hey man, why'd you fill this out?
Yeah. First asking open-ended. Well, what'd you do it for?
Right.
It's probably not a good angle. I see a lot. Yeah.
Last resort. Okay. And then
sure. Yeah.
That barely ever works. So you might as well just hang up at that point.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. What else is important on vets to you?
I guess with vets specifically, a lot of times they'll know people that have passed away. Sure. They'll have friends from the service or just, I looked at my average. It's kind of cool now with the Google Gemini built into your Google Sheets. You can like tell it to calculate something for you and it will. And I found out the average age of like a client of mine over the last year or so is about 70 with the final expense leads, or the veteran ones at least. And so a lot of them have had people pass away, right? So I try to ask questions about that. Like, what kind of got you after I get past the beneficiary? Because I kind of because I listened to the interview you did with Jagger. Do you remember him from like a month or two ago? I think we're pretty much in the same agency or sister agency. So we use like the similar script, right? But once I get through the introduction to get to the beneficiary, build some why, and I have them hooked and I have their attention, then I might start asking more questions that are a little bit more open-ended. Like, what got you thinking about this? Did you guys lose anybody recently? Or did you have to help a family member pay for a burial or a cremation or anything like that? That sort of stuff. But with vets, I think it's really key just to take charge and be friendly, match their energy, make jokes, of course, all the normal sales stuff, but just don't let them push you around. And
they will
tell them what you're going to do. Tell them what we're going to do. Right. Yeah. Same thing with closing. I want to think about it, whatever. It's like, well, sir, you did tell me that you don't have any coverage in place now. Right. Okay. And you did mention your whole goal is to make sure that your daughter isn't paying for your burial cost out of pocket. Correct. Okay. So this is what we're going to do, sir. We'll go ahead and at least get you started with the bare minimum, just something like that if you have to. But yeah, just not like letting them walk on you, essentially. Like being friendly, but kind of stern, not a jerk, but stern.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I've never heard it explained that way, but makes all the sense in the world given they've been spoken to like that that way for a long time. Mm-hmm. Especially if they're long-term military. I know some of them were in for 4 minutes and they still fill them out, but
right. Yeah. And being super truthful and honest with them too. Like they'll check you, like why do I need to give you the social? What do you need this for? Like, sir, that's the only way for them to verify your medical records. What's your social? Like, if you just short to the point responses, I've noticed, they'll give you a lot more. It's like they check you to like see if you're going to over explain and spaz out, you know?
True.
And as long as you're just confident.
You're weak.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. If you're an insurance agent and you feel like you're stuck, you've hit a wall, you're trying to figure out sales strategies, the scripts to use, how to get like off the ground and get to that top of the leaderboard type status, I have a course that I've put out, super affordable. I'm getting a ton of great feedback from people every day on the strategies they've learned and been able to implement, from goal setting to sales techniques to calendar scheduling, everything you would need to get your business off the ground and get running quickly. jwcourse.com, click the link below and get in there today. What do you do with the guys of like, how much do you know about what the vets get like actually from the VA? You know what I mean? Because you hear that a lot where they're like, oh, the VA's got me covered, or I got full cert, whatever. How do you deal with all that and the insurance they can't, some do have? You know what I mean? Kind of the benefits they could get or many think they might get when they don't.
So if they're 100% disabled, they do get it all covered. Okay. Yeah. So if they have 100% disability.
What's covered?
Like their funeral cost and all that kind of stuff.
All of it.
I'm pretty sure.
Closing the thing, the whole deal.
That's what Google says. And that's what I've had vets tell me that before a bunch of times. So yeah. So if they are like, I have 100% disability, then they should have it all covered by the government. But for most veterans, they get like their spouse or whatever gets like it's like a one-time. I think it goes up over time with inflation. So you'll see conflicting answers online, but I think it's like a $400 payment, something like that, which isn't really much, you know, and they'll cover like the plot and the headstone most of the time as well, but that still leaves the majority of the cost. So that's kind of my, like if they feel like they don't need it, I always tell the story of, well, the reason why my company is doing this, sir, is a lot of veterans, they were under the impression that they had their entire burial costs, cremation taken care of, right? When sadly, for most veterans, that's just not the case. You know, if it was up to me, all veterans would get laid to rest in a golden casket, but sadly, that's not how it works. What they do cover for most veterans is the plot, the headstone, and they give a stipend to the family, but it's not much. So what I do is I help veterans get access to, you know, the best carrier that's going to give them the most amount of coverage for the lowest monthly rate. You know, do you already have anything in place to cover that burial cost? And like, I'll kind of spin into it that way, kind of like educating them with a story. Like, well, the reason why I do this is because people think this when it's not the case, and kind of loop them in that way, or try to.
Love it.
And then, of course, even if somebody does have 100% disability, right, and they're a veteran, you know, they're getting at least $4,000 a month in disability. So they have decent or pretty good retirement income, you know?
Yeah.
So they can afford insurance. And then at that point, it's just trying to figure out a need for the insurance, whether it's the mortgage, like you taught on, or, you know, other debts, bills, expenses, or just leaving money behind, you know?
It's cool. I love it. Any tips for like closing the deal, wrapping it up, getting them to give you the banking? So, you know what I mean? Like finalizing the deal. What are some things you do well there, you think?
Yeah. Social, everyone kind of knows that. It's just be confident and don't over explain when they ask why, or they give an objection on it. Just be honest and truthful about that. And obviously with everything, but then banking, I like to figure out their reoccurring date first. Before I ask for the routing and account number. And I try to never take a credit card. That was another thing I messed up on in the beginning, was I'd be like, oh, I have a credit card. It's like, oh, okay, just as good. Not as good.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Not even as close to being as good. If I write a credit card deal, I just assume it's not even getting payout. Like at this point, I'm just like, it's true. Maybe, you know, I'm not saying if that's all they have, whether they have a direct express card. By far the most chargebacks are. It's not even close. Yeah. Which is why most don't take it. Right. And I wouldn't, if it's the only thing I can possibly get, like they have a direct express card and they want the insurance, I'll write it, but I'm not banking on it, paying out, you know? Sorry, where was I going with this? But I like to get the routing and account number. Sorry. I like to get the reoccurring date first. Like, all right, sir. So for you, you know, a lot of people, you do qualify for what's called Social Security billing, which just means that your payment or your premium will be, I don't say payment, I'll say premium, will be drafted monthly in accordance to that date. You know, for you, is that the first or the third of the month, or the second, third, or fourth Wednesday of the month? What time of the month is it when you receive your income? You know, All right. Third Wednesday of the month. Perfect. Yep. Your birthday's on the 15th. So that makes sense. And then is your name the same as it is with your financial institution? You told me earlier, Chase Bank. All right. Perfect. And you opened that in Texas. All right. Perfect. And I'll go ahead and pull up their routing number here. Looks like I have it as, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Could you grab a checkbook to confirm it for me? And then just, it's pretty simple.
I like that angle.
Yeah. And then obviously repeat it back to them twice. And sometimes like on the credit card thing, if for whatever reason that's all they have at that time, I'll still take the card. And then after I have the card, I will force them to look harder for their checkbook, I feel like
that's fucking tricky. Like, good.
I feel like it can solidify it a little bit,
Hell yeah.
Or even if like they're out and about, like they're driving or whatever, even if like say somebody's 86, I don't know, for example, I barely ever sell people they're 86, but just for example, like if you're using a carrier like Americo that has to take a routing and account number, I'll still collect the card and then I'll call them back later if I have to. Cause in my mind, I'm thinking like, they're going to think, okay, this guy has my social and my credit card. I should probably answer his call, and I feel like even if I know I have to get the routing and account, if I can't get it at that time, I'm more likely to get it later if I collect the card.
Have the card.
Yeah.
So what do you say if all right, I like this. This is fucking cool as shit. So if you write Americo and they're like, you fucked up and you either didn't find out they only have a card or they pretend they don't have their banking info or don't have it.
Right.
So you just go, what's the pivot? You just go, all right, give me a card? Or how does that work?
Obviously try everything I can to get the routing account.
Yeah,
right?
I get it.
You don't have a checkbook. You don't have the online banking app. You don't have a statement. No. Okay. Well, what I can do for right now then just to hold your application is I can put a card on file. We do have to have something with your name on it, sir. Is that going to be a Visa or a MasterCard? Visa. Okay. It's a Visa. It should start with the number 4. There's going to be a 16-digit number on the card called the card number. What would that be? And then I like to give them information, like the more information I can give them, the more trustworthy I feel, or they're going to think I am. Right. So it's like, they just acts like I do this all day, every day, which you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like looking up their routing number for them and asking them to verify it. Telling them Visa or MasterCard. Okay. It's going to start with a 4. MasterCard starts with a 5. There's a 16-digit number on the card. What is that? And then, sometimes if like I'm driving, I don't have my checkbook, like I'll take the card down and then call them back when they get home and then do the application when they get home.
Okay. Yeah. And on the one that just like, I can't find you. I'll take the card now to hold it. And then from there, you're just like, we got to figure out how to find it. Cause I don't have a damn choice, or will you have to pivot a carrier?
I'll pivot a carrier if like that's the only option for sure. I'll run to Transamerica or something, but I'll usually just explain the price difference as the carrier. I mean, just the truth, right? Like the only carrier because of credit cards, and they do have a processing fee, and they're at a higher risk of charging back. So we would love to have the routing and account number, but since it's all you have, it's going to be $10 more per month. Is that okay? Usually at that point they're pretty sold, so it's okay. But
I'm always convinced that I always tell agents, I'm like, when they say they don't know where to get their routing and account number, they're not telling you the truth. They can definitely find it.
Yeah.
If they had to bail their kid out of prison right now with a routing and account number, I promise you they'd find it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you can also call the bank too. I've done that a few times. Like just merge the 3-way call, you have them get it that way. But they're more and more, a lot of them have it memorized too. They do. Yeah. Especially if you've had that.
Getting on the mobile app's pretty easy.
That's why I'm licensed and fingerprinted, sir. Stuff like that.
Add that to your bag, bro. It works.
Yeah. I've gotten really good too at walking people through how to use their phone for the older, or sometimes not even older. Like sometimes a 60-year-old guy that doesn't know how to pull up his text messages, right?
True.
And, all right. You have an iPhone or an Android. You have an iPhone. Okay, perfect. I have all the carrier text message numbers memorized. Like Americo comes from an 877 number, Ethos 415, Aetna 669. So it's just like, all right, you're going to look for the messages app. You're going to see an 877 number. You see that? All right, tap on that. And they're like, start reading it. Thank you for applying. You're like, all right, keep reading. You just coach them how, do you have a home button or do you not have a home button? You got to kind of coach them through how to find everything and whatnot.
Can be an adventure.
Yeah.
It can be the adventure. Dude, the part that drives me crazy, I'll get the pin. I'll get them looking for the pin. And some, when you resend it, it's the same. Some, when you resend it, it changes. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, I have one. I go to get it and they can't find it. I'm like, all right, let me resend. I hit resend it. Like, oh, I found it. I'm like, damn it. Well, it changed now. Now you got to go find the new one.
Yeah. That's happened to me a bunch of times.
Yeah. I'm like, oh boy, it's an adventure. It's fun though.
And there's always the American Amicable voice signature, which is very nice for the people who are very bad at it. Usually when I write AMM, that's kind of half the reason why, but I wish more carriers would do that, have like
I do too.
A voice script, it's nice.
I saw a message on Corebridge the other day that said something about it, but I didn't see like actually how to do it. I haven't called yet, but it was like, if you want to change to voice, do so. But I don't know. I caught it at a glance, but I didn't see how to actually do it. But I do definitely wish more people did that. It's a little long read, but it was easy.
Yeah.
I did what a dude was like 80, I think he was like 83 last week. And he just like, bro, I don't have a clue how to text. I have zero idea what to do there. So I went straight to them and recorded the thing and went through no problem.
Yeah. I need to figure that out too. I would love to use Corebridge more, but I barely do, just because of the DocuSign. It's difficult for people.
It is a little difficult.
If they don't have sometimes they have a pop-up blocker on their phone or whatever. And they're like, I'm clicking the link and nothing's happening, and like, gosh, dang it.
You got to hit OK to unblock it. Yep. It's a little bit of a bitch.
And I know they know that. And that's why they pay a nice bonus to incentivize people, even though their technology isn't as smooth as some other carriers. But I'm sure once they have that tech, they're going to lower that 8K bonus down though,
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. So I got that on my list to see if they do it. Because I saw a little blurb, but I don't know if it's legit or active or soon, or I don't know what I read.
One of my agents did, or one of the guys on my group did say something about that. They're like, I saw some email about a text code or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they're coming out with it. So I asked them at the convention. I was like, up at their booth. I was like, hey, like, when are you going to get a 6-digit PIN? They said by the end of the year, but we'll see.
That's cool.
So, yeah,
that's neat. I love it. Well, dig it, bro. This has been fun. Anything you want to end with? Anything I maybe should have asked that I didn't, or anything you want to share, dude? I'll let you, whatever you want to end with. I'll let you let it rip. You pick.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think this job I heard this recently, was on my mind because Ronnie said it in a video, and I listened to all their trainings. Just like, this job is all activity and attitude, right? And it's just like, it's easy to think you're working for 10 hours a day or 12 hours a day or whatever you're doing, but you might not be. Man, I've had a couple of my guys recently, they'll put like a stopwatch on their desk, and every time they get up, every time their phone isn't ringing, like, stop it for whatever reason, right? And then see how many hours you're actually working. That's something I've always been very good at, and why I think I had a pretty decent first year was because I just make sure my phone is ringing no matter what. Like, I don't even use a power dialer. I just copy, paste, hand dial, and you just got to make sure you're working intentionally with this job and just keep that phone ringing, especially if you're selling like lower quality leads, final expense leads, where you're selling 1 in 20 or 1 in 30 leads. Like, you have to hammer the phones, and there's really no shortcut around it. I've seen a lot of people come in that I've now left that tried to cheat the system in some way, right? They tried to cheat the work. They tried to figure out a way to do it smarter, better. And like, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. Like, why I'm going in with different leads now on top of my final expense leads, because I want to work in other stuff. I want to become a more complete agent. But at the end of the day, like, you can't cheat the work. You can't cheat the effort. That's really the biggest thing, or piece of advice I'd have for anybody is like, don't have a plan B and just, lock in.
Get after it. Yeah. Try to do the smarter, not harder first.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work first. That ain't how it works. You said something. Oh no, go ahead. Finish.
I was going to say, like, if you can't just grind to 20, 30K a month issue pay, like, you don't have this, you have no business spending $80 a lead,
Yeah, that's true.
So
it's true. Would you mean when you say copy paste hand dial? What does that mean? I only do cell phone too, but what do you copy paste? What is that?
So like on the Mac,
like from Sheets or?
Yes. Yeah. From Google Sheets. So I just click the cell, hit Command C, and then you just paste it on your phone. Like, I have my sheet next to me right here. Right. So I want to give a free lead away.
So you have the sheet up on Mac, which I have too.
Yes. And then on your phone, you just hit that, click right there.
Bullshit.
Hit paste, and it goes right in there.
Bruh.
Instead of
you copy on the Mac and it knows to paste on the iPhone.
Correct. Yeah.
Dude, I'm over here I'm 49 now, dude. I'm putting it up to Zoom 150 view. I'm formatting the numbers so it comes out right, because I'm like squinting trying to see the numbers and hand dial. I fucking type them wrong all the time. Yeah. That's money.
Just copy paste.
No shit.
I think you could do it from the Sheets app as well. Like, say you want to pull up the app. I don't do this. I have a guy on my team that does, but I think you like hold down the cell, and then like a little copy paste call button comes up and you press call. But yeah,
that's easy.
MacBook,
Command C.
Command C.
Bro.
Paste it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
it
just
saved a
kind
lot
of
of
changed
time.
my world, bro, right now. That's fucking, my favorite thing I heard today. And the
Good,
nerds
well,
won't get to be like, wait, what? I'm like, nah, I like that.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm literally going to go upstairs and try that right now. I'm fucking
I mean,
excited.
10%. I think you have to have them on the same iCloud account.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
But yeah,
everything is. I text from it. They
right.
all sync and do all the shit. I didn't know that was a thing though.
Yeah. I didn't know for the first 3 or 4 months. And then one of the agents on my team showed me. So I was like, oh my gosh, like,
Well,
are you kidding
whoever
me?
you are, thank you, because I'm about to implement it. Because I
Yeah.
can't stand trying to type them all and I do the double to recall it. Like that's pretty easy to do.
Right. Yeah.
But I think most people know that. But yeah, I did not know you could copy from the Mac and paste on the iPhone. It's going to get me more dials in for sure. Holy shit.
Definitely. At least 10% more because it saves you a lot of pain in the butt of just sitting there
Yeah.
typing in the number, tedious.
Fire. I love it. Well, I appreciate it, brother.
Of course.
If I can do anything to help you along the way, bro, let me know. Otherwise, it was good to get to know you a little bit, and I look forward to seeing you out there killing it. If I can help
Same to
at
you.
all, hit me up, bro.
Absolutely. Same to you.
All right, my man.
Have a good one.
Later.
Thank you, John.
See you guys.
Bye.
Hey guys, if you've enjoyed the podcast or any of the previous episodes, if you're on Spotify or any of the other Apple podcast platforms, would love if you'd go in and leave a review for us. If you're watching on YouTube, comment, like, subscribe, share, do all the things. We'd greatly appreciate it. Helps get the word out to everybody. Appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.